Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with ChrisChamasiros. I talk about politics, sports, and entertainment to keep you well-rounded, what's going on around the world. If you don't like hearing the truth, definitely don't tune into this channel. So let's get started today. So last week, P.B.D, he was talking about Nick Fuentes, and Nick Fuentes likes to be provocative and use certain words, racial slurs, to try to get people stirred up, and leave it to Adam Sosnick to say, put words in P.B.D's mouth. Adam Sosnick says that P.B.D called Nick Fuentes the future media darling. And it's a complete lie. He never once said that. See, and this is the problem that I have with this. Adam Sosnick, routinely, it's not just one time, he might have misspoke. You know, that's the big word when people lie now. I misspoke. No, you're a liar and a manipulator. You didn't misspeak. Whenever it comes to P.B.D's integrity or reputation, Adam likes to throw shots in there to try to make the audience think lesser of him. Now, this is a big deal to me because P.B.D is Adam Sosnick's boss. And I always feel that Adam Sosnick is a Democratic plant to a degree. He says things on the show that when election time comes around, because P.B.D is known as a conservative podcaster because of his stances and having President Trump on, Adam Sosnick does things in a way and says things in a way trying to give Democrats ammunition against P.B.D, his own boss, and Republicans. So Democrats could say, well, remember on the P.B.D show when Adam Sosnick was calling women bees and hoes and all this and that? P.B.D allowed this. And P.B.D had a racist, Nick Fuentes, on his show. And P.B.D called him the media darling. And he uses the N-word. So P.B.D is a racist like all conservatives. That's what Adam Sosnick does. And he plants these seeds routinely. Let's jump into the video and I'll go from there.
America first. You are not. You're not even American.
Who isn't?
And to the extent that you are, you're
Candace.
a traitor.
Oh.
And Elon.
That's the last word on that.
No, it's not.
That's the show. Who is the Fed? Will the real federal agent please stand up? Who is it? Who's the real federal agent? Elon, Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance Tucker, and George Farmer, the son of the head of the Alliance of Christians and Jews in the UK? Or the realest you know? P.B.D said, why do you say the N-word? It's to show people I'm real. Why do you roll out of bed and do a show?
My N-word.
Why do you
Fire
say
away.
you're going to have hate sex with Candace Owens? Why do you say...
You know what's crazy? You can pause that here. Here's the thing that I you know, of course he's passionate.
Crazy.
He's 26. He's doing his thing. You know, if he would not use 5 words, they would play his clips on mainstream and would introduce him to a new audience.
Nope.
Yes,
Yes, they would. Yes,
Adam,
they would, Adam.
Let me tell you,
Yeah, they
you're
would.
saying nope. You're saying nope. There's a lot of nopes you have to bite your, tongue right now. When you said nope, Trump won't win in 2016. Nope, Trump won't win in 2024.
Adam now is reinventing himself because he reads the comment section and he realizes how dumb he sounds and he's trying to keep his job. So he reinvented himself. Now his new grift, his new manipulation tactic is he's a pro-Trumper.
Nope. A lot of nopes have become yups.
Okay.
A lot of nopes have become
How much
yups.
you want to bet Nick Fuentes is
Adam Sosnick has no credibility. P.B.D always says, how do I know if somebody's good at what they do or, they're an excellent podcaster and they have integrity? I always go back and check to see how many times they were right. How many times has Adam Sosnick been right? He's never right about anything. And then he's never right in real time, right in front of your face, future, present. It doesn't matter. He's never right about anything. So why does P.B.D employ him?
never going to be played on mainstream
If
media.
he's
Oh,
not, he
don't
didn't
do
say
that
that
to yourself.
He
Listen,
didn't say that. He's saying
but
if he-
by the
let's
way,
play the bet. Let's make a
don't
bet.
don't do that to yourself.
Okay.
Listen, I had a
$1 million, PBD
no,
bet.
but don't let me put it. Listen,
I'm actually
it
not
is
joking.
more
What
like
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, Adam, you're gonna bet $1 million. Just shut up. He tries to sound like the Tates. You know, today the Tates had a tweet. I spent $400 million to sue people who are lying about me and supporting the Matrix. If Andrew Tate had $400 million, he wouldn't be trying to manipulate 13-year-olds to get naked on screen for him.
it is more likely that mainstream's going to play his clips if they haven't already than Trump winning the Nobel Peace Prize. It is more likely that they're going to play his clips. But the only
If
thing
they're going to do a hit job on him, yes, they'll play his clips.
But that's part of playing his clips. By the
Okay.
way, guess
Well,
what?
Well, okay.
No, it's not. Okay, what do you mean? Okay. A part of it is he has to realize that he has play offense, give your arguments, have the receipts, go do your thing, all of that stuff. But man, he has to have a quote like right underneath his iPad. I have met the enemy at his eye, Alexander the Great. He's his own enemy in certain areas because as you're going up and you make enemies with everybody, you have to find ways to build some alliances.
Yep.
There is a huh?
What do you mean not possible? He has a line.
No. Hang on. Let me just make my point. You can say whatever you want to say, but as you're going up and you're moving up, this is sincere feedback to all of them. It's not even just any one of them. Dana just closed a $7.7 billion deal with Paramount. Dana 20 years ago went to Spike and gave them $10 million to show UFC. Did you understand what I just said right there? You go to Spike. I don't even know what Spike is. UFC goes to Spike or was. Can you type in
TV,
Rob,
bro.
can you type in Spike UFC 10 million on Google? Spike UFC 10 million. If you go Spike UFC,
And Adam's whole reason for really despising Nick Fuentes is because he's anti-Israel 24/7. It wouldn't matter what Nick Fuentes said or did since he's taking that stance. Adam Sosnick would just lie and be against him no matter what. He could cure cancer and Adam Sosnick would say something negative about him.
UFC 10 million. I want to say he offered them 10 million bucks 20 years ago. Right there. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there he goes. UFC pitched Ultimate Fighter to several networks, but none of them were interested until Spike TV came along. However, Spike wouldn't air it until UFC paid the production costs. So the Fertitta brothers and Dana White invested $10 million to get the show on Spike. And now he just got $7.7 billion over a 5-year deal. I think it's 5 or 10 years. I don't know what the numbers. I think it's 7 years or 5 years. One of the two. How? You gotta if your plan is long term, you need to have a little bit of a better approach towards building not alliances, but 7.7 over 7 years, 1.1 per year. Yeah, you have to do a little bit of a better job building alliances. Dana built it with Trump. Imagine Dana without Trump. What if Trump doesn't support Dana? What if Dana didn't build that relationship? He loses that opportunity. I just think a little bit of it, it's just a little bit of business sense. Like read, out of all the political books you read 5 business books. It's the only thing. He reads 5 business books. I would give those 5 business book recommendations for him just to look at it from the perspective of what the upside could look like. That's the only feedback I would give because all the other stuff, and he's the kind of guy, like for me, you couldn't tell me what to do. I'm working at Bally's. A guy named Fernando Lasso ends up becoming one of my groomsmen at my wedding.
The singer?
Yeah, the singer.
Love that guy.
I come in at Bally's. I just got out of the Army. You know how I talk? Hey, what's up, motherfuckers?
Oh, yeah. Me too. Me too.
And I'm like, finally one day Fernando say, can I talk to you? He says, yes. We don't know each other. You've just been working here for a week. I'm willing to bet you would sell 2 times the amount of memberships if you stop saying the F word. I said, there's no way in the world you're right. And he says, try it. I went 30 days. I'm like, that's freaking right.
Yeah.
Because the clients that were maybe a little bit more, certain level of people, they're like, yeah, I'm willing to entertain this guy. Mm-hmm. Language matters, especially when you're that good of a communicator. Right. A great communicator.
Make sure you look right at Adam when you say that because he's constantly calling women bees and hoes and using F-bombs. He's horrible at his job. Doesn't bring anything, doesn't have any substance, has no integrity, puts words in his boss's mouth. How he's employed is beyond me.
It doesn't need to add those words, but to each his own. It's freedom of speech. You do whatever you do, and we're not someone that has to sit there. You better do this or else not. I just think he's his own enemy sometimes, and he can get out of his own way. Go ahead, Adam.
Well, word to the wise: stop saying the N-word. I mean, that's pretty basic. You're saying that Nick Fuentes is going to be some sort of mainstream darling, allegedly?
No. I'm sorry. No.
He's going to be played on mainstream.
Don't say darling.
Okay.
No,
I inserted
because
darling.
the mainstream media needs enemies to play.
There we go. You said that Nick Fuentes is going to be the mainstream media darling. That means somebody like of high character that they all love, and he's a great person, individual. Adam Sosnick knows that Democrats, if Patrick Bet-David allowed that and didn't like have shut him down real fast, come next election time, that would be brought out of the archives to be used against conservatives and Republicans during the elections. That's exactly what would happen. You mark my words, the B thing and the hose and this and that, how Adam talks, the next election time, it's going to come out. Democrats are going to be like, don't listen, Patrick Bet-David, he likes racist. Look at how his co-host talks about women on the show. Women shouldn't, vote for conservatives. It always comes back around. Always. Democrats will look for anything to use as weapons.
Play.
Perfect. He is the perfect enemy.
If he changes a bit of his language.
Well, not a fan of the N-word. I'm going to take a leap of faith here.
No, but you like the B word, the H word, the F word, but you like all those words.
Say that most people are not. Now, just because I'm criticizing of that does not mean I don't think he's smart and capable and well-read and a good communicator. That's all great, but he's also incredibly toxic. So, risk versus reward.
Isn't that funny? I mean, but he won't say that about the Tates. Oh, their message, those are bits and pieces that people clip together. The Tates, his idols, who are human traffickers, pimps, pedophiles, and crypto scammers, went on every podcast you could think of, incriminated themselves thousands of times in their own words. And now they go around, the Matrix is after me. I was misquoted. I'm misunderstood. I could play you 1,000 video clips of Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate bragging about sleeping with 16-year-olds, pimping girls, scamming men out of money. But Adam Sosnick here, his idols, the Tates, Adam wants to sit here and act like he has integrity or acts like he's unbiased or he's professional. He's anything but professional. And on a constant weekly basis, he puts words in Patrick Bet-David's mouth all the time. To win an argument, he does it all the time. If Patrick Bet-David disagrees with something that Adam said, he'll twist it around real quick. And Patrick Bet-David's like, no, I didn't. Stop, Adam. Stop, Adam. He does it on a weekly basis. It's amazing how he has a job. Because he's not just like clowning like another guy. That's his boss. And that hurts Patrick Bet-David's credibility, his integrity. If you want, I tune in because I feel like when I watch this show that I'm going to get unbiased, truthful information. But when Adam talks, I'm weary of every single word that he says. But I notice all the games that Adam plays when it comes to Patrick Bet-David, and he does it in a very subtle way to try to make the audience think that Patrick Bet-David is a certain type of way, and 99% of that time, that way is negative. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros.